Continuing our work now with multiple pages in a Corel Draw file, we're going to focus in now on page layouts. And what's really cool about Corel Draw is not only can you have multiple pages, but you can also have multiple different page layouts. So this is ideal for our scenario where we want one file that's going to contain our window sign, our menu, as well as our business card. Now, if you've been following along, we're still working with our bistro sign here. If you've jumped to this lesson and you've got the exercise files and you'd like to follow along, you can go to the Lesson 2 folder to open up Bistro Sign 3. It's a Corel Draw file, and you'll have what I have, which is a 3-page document. We've got our window sign, we've got our menu, and our business card down below. And notice that the menu and the business card really don't have anything on them yet. I'm going to go back to the first page and just take a look at this page layout. This is based on one of those templates that we saw in a previous lesson. And if you look at the ruler at the top, this is 24 inches wide and 36 inches tall. This is not your average sheet of paper. Now, it's obviously too big for a menu and definitely too big for a business card. So we're going to need multiple page layouts. So if we go over to the Menu tab and we decide we want to change this page layout to the standard 8.5 by 11. So this will be a menu that'll fit on the table. We go up to our page layout or paper size type drop down. And let's just choose letter. I want you to see what happens here. All right, now we're working with an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. If I go over to my window sign, look what's happened. It's also changed the page layout for this page, and now my sign doesn't fit on the page. So I better undo that. When I click the undo button, I'm back to page 2. I go over to page 1, and you can see everything fits nicely. Okay, so we're safe. But I want to be able to change the menu and the business card page layouts while maintaining this page layout here for my window sign. So back we go to the menu by clicking on the Menu tab. And now what's very important is that we click on this little button up here on our property bar to apply page layouts to the current page only. So it won't affect the other pages like it does by default. That's why this button appears selected. So we click on this button, and now we can make our changes. We can go up to our paper size and type, click the drop down, choose letter. You can see I've got my 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. If I go back to my window sign, perfect. It's still 24 inches wide by 36 inches tall. Now our business card is going to be a different shape and size. So we're going to go down to the business card tab here. And you can see it was unaffected by that change to the menu as well. It's still way too big, 24 inches by 36. So we come to our drop down here. I just want you to see that there is a scroll bar down here that's letting you choose from multiple pre-formatted paper sizes and types. And look at that. One of them is a business card. So when I click on it, look at the size of this one. It's actually only 3.5 inches wide, and it's, well, just about 2 inches tall. The other thing I want you to notice is that it's a different orientation. It's a landscape, not portrait. Clicking the portrait button would flip it on its end. So we typically want to work with business cards in the landscape orientation. And because we've already clicked on the button that allows us to apply page layouts to the current page only, our other pages are not affected. If I click on the menu, it's still 8.5 by 11. If I go back to page 1, you can see that it's still 24 by 36. So those are the multiple page layouts that are different from each of the different pages in our file. And that's the beauty of Corel Draw. So definitely we want to save those changes because we're going to start working very shortly with actual objects on those pages. And now that we've got our page layouts, our paper size, our orientation set correctly for each of the individual pages, we're ready to move on. So in the next lesson, before we actually start creating objects, we're going to talk about one more important feature when working with pages, and that's your guidelines and your snap to options.